Hello everyone, this is part 2 of the demo of a CKAD Lab for persistent volume. So if you haven't seen part 1, please look at that first. Where we left off, so our requirement was this. Our requirement, and also I want to correct something I said in the part 1 of the video. I said you should be able to do it in 2 minutes. That's not true in this case because documentation is poor. So in this case, I think if you take a few minutes for this one, it's okay. And, I don't, unless you happen to know what to write, you won't be able to do it in 2 minutes. Anyway, so the requirement was this. When we last left out, when you finish the part 1 of this video, we had done everything except that host path, and we were looking for that. So last we ran the kubectl command on the PV to see where the host path is and what API path this is part of. And what you can see here is that even though I said, give me 40 lines prior to finding the host path, I still don't see anything on the left side to tell me what this is part of. So it turns out it's really deep in this section. So if I do 200 lines and you scroll up, you will see that this is part of spec, which is part of the main section of PV. There's no other section on top of spec. So let's look at our YAML file again. So all we need to do, so once you find this, so B is for before, so 200 lines before, but if we do A, it means after. I need to look at 10 lines after the host path. And as you can see, it only has 2 parameters, but I don't even need the type, I just need the path. And the path is just a string. So let's look at our YAML file again. And we will put the host path again. And another thing you should know is whenever there's 2 words combination, and the second is camel case, the second word starts with the capital case. You would always know that. So host with a capital P colon, and it's a string. String of what? The path on the node from which this volume will be mounted. So I think that was what was in the requirement, and I think the name was foo-pv. So let's look at the requirement again. Yeah, foo-2, rate remaining 200 push. Okay, so that should do it. Let's see. K-apply minus f a.yaml. Oh, didn't like that. Okay, invalid type for IO, blah, 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 blah. Got string expected map for host path. Interesting. Oh, it's an object and the path is under. So the way you read this error message, this is really good that it happened because I want you to understand what the error message is saying because it's kind of cryptic. It's saying, hey, under spec, under host path is fine, except you gave me a string. I'm expecting a map. Map means colon space next line. That's what a map is. So let's look at the file again and see why I gave it a string. Host path equals this, right? Instead, I need to give it path, always 2 spaces from the one above for an object, and always 1 colon and 1 space, not an I. So that should do it, hopefully. Let's give it a shot. Created get PV, 200 megabytes, read write multiple. It's available, means it's all ready to go. And it was done 4 seconds ago. It came from storage class manual. So I hope this was useful to you. This error message reading, how to read this error message is really important because it really helps you overcome any problem that you have. Again, it tells me that it was expecting a map. Map meaning colon, next line, 2 spaces over, other parameters. Not colon equals something, because colon equals something would mean that it would be in a string, it would be an object, not a map. I hope you find this video useful. If you do, please like and subscribe. That helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and I will see you next time.